What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Alrighty. We are back.
Alrighty.
HighLine Designz Pro late models on the racetrack right now. Good field of cars here tonight, and I tell you what, these guys are going to be in for quite the battle tonight. There's definitely going to be some tiptoeing to be had.
Yeah, it's a real good field of cars, and nice to see Mike Bauer back with us tonight. I know he was missing last week, and
word on the street was he fell asleep.
Huh. I see. So Justin Dilts with his new baby, I was able to make it for a little bit last week, but hopefully tonight he can be more saddled in and ready to go. Only car I don't see here tonight would be Nathan Brady, who I heard had some engine problems. He may be out for a week or two, and has to get some repairs done on that engine, and maybe he'll be back.
Never good when the power plant goes away on you.
Now,
Even in these Pro late models, engine costs are on the rise.
That's right, and as I was just bragging to you there about Dave Riesinger being fastest on track, we just had a new man take the top of the leaderboard as Dennis Harrison III at a 14.479, almost a tenth faster than everybody else on track. And your second place guy.
That rookie's been fast all year, you know. I think he missed a race earlier in the season, but now he's came pretty solid and being here each and every week, and really has a fast car. He's run out front almost every week, but these longer races is something that he's still adapting to.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I do believe that him and his brother Blaze that runs the Supers, they do a lot of testing, and they're doing their homework, and it's really starting to show.
As you know, tonight is a special, so we've got a lot of maybe some different wraps. There's the 116 of Mike Anderson. He's got a little bit different wrap, looking like the Skyline Motorsports cars with that gold top and that black bottom. He's in the 116. 13 and
Colton Joyner, the one star, has a wrap that looks like Chubb Frank, the old orange white 1 star.
I was going to say that very close parallel to Chubb Frank there, and it's a good looking race car there.
Yes, it is.
I know a lot of us have a little bit different wraps on for tonight, you know, just to, you know, give a little something a little different with these specials. These specials are pretty cool. Everybody running, you know, the same track, you know, really shows the difference, and it really brings us all together as a group, and definitely want to...
Is that a different wrap on Mike Mowers, or is that what he's been running, Tyler?
I do believe that's the car he has been running so far this year.
All right, I had some problems with my trading paints there for a couple weeks. Wasn't sure. I didn't recognize it. Just was finding out from you.
That's a sweet looking rider, but that is the car he piloted to a feature win week number 1 here with the Instigators. So that car definitely is a winning car, as we've seen it win before. So he'll be one to watch here tonight. Currently 4th fastest right now, and these guys are all under a blanket, as they always are here. We've got a 14.4, but then it's a 14.56, a 14.57, and then a 14.6 flat, pretty much. So really close there between them top 5 guys.
I didn't know. Did you explain to everybody? I didn't know here you said it was a special tonight. Did you tell them about the qualifying tonight for our special?
No, I'm not. This is our 4 specials this year. As we did last year, if you tuned in, we do have qualifying. Normally we have a random pill draw, but tonight you'll see 2 drivers at a time get sent out onto the racetrack, and you'll watch them burn a lap down in front of you to set the field for your heat races. Just another thing.
We're already down to only 4 minutes left in test, and it's hot laps, so things are moving along quickly.
And definitely just another thing that separates the specials, makes them a little bit different, is the qualifying aspect, and it, you know, puts maybe the guys that are a little faster a little bit up front in their heat race, but we all know that Lady Luck can still weigh an issue, and there's no track like Lady Luck than Lernerville Speedway here in iRacing.
Oh, that's for sure. Lernerville is... I know when I come here, I cross my fingers and do a little prayer before I go out there, because it's one tough place to stay focused, and when that track moves up to the top and you're on there like right on the hairy edge every lap after lap after lap, it's definitely its own beast, I can tell you that.
Lernerville definitely going to be an interesting track, and along with these specials comes quite a bit of laps. Most laps we've ran so far this year. 90 for the Supers, and then 80 for both the KDJ Big Block Modifieds and the HighLine Designz Pro Late Models. So you're looking to watch these guys go 80 laps, and this track's really going to start to give way here. Maybe you know, Lernerville known for being a little bit top dominant, but might give this track a little bit more time to widen out and give us a good race to the finish.
Yeah, and just a reminder to everybody watching tonight too, before we forget, next week we'll start our second quarter, I guess, of the season, and we will have Powder Puffs back next week, so to tune into them for their 25 laps at I believe it's Kern next week.
Kern!
So.
Oh boy, that could be interesting. We might have some catastrophic accidents down the back straightaway, but let's hope not. Keep all of our ladies safe inside of them four bangers.
So I hope they get a good turnout hope the ladies turn out and they don't get, doing too scared from all the wrecks from last time. We're going to get a couple flagmen in there to help that out for this week to help that move along a little better than our first week. But like any first week deal, you got some crinkles to work out, and we definitely had a few wrinkles there that first week. But hey, we're still learning. I think the league is growing every week and getting better and better, and I think over time we'll get her figured out, but we're never going to be perfect.
And just continues to get better and better and more smoother. The streams get smoother and smoother whenever it comes to the way the stream is brought to you. We had a little bit of technical difficulties with the super lates, but that's going to happen with these computers. Your internet, wind, stuff happens. So, but luckily we've got that all sorted out, hopefully, and we can bring a lot of laps here tonight, as we said.
Tyler, I just heard the 1 minute horn sound down in the pits. We got about a little over a minute to go before qualifying starts, and these guys got to get their qualifying setups on, and we'll go right for qualifying into heat races and get this night started.
It's looking like right now Dennis Harrison, the third, is going to be your quick time and hot laps, but we've got a little bit more of something that's going to be a little bit more important coming up next year. Like we said, quick time and in qualifying, we'll put somebody on the pole of a heat race number 1. So we're definitely going to be interesting to see who, as this track is already starting to rip up. So it's going to be interesting to see, who can find maybe a little bit more speed than the next guy. Not ripping up as much as maybe it could have, but you can definitely see getting into 3, it's starting to slick off.
Yeah, it don't take long, and this track, it'll stay slick all night long, and you'll be fighting for momentum and grip, and it does transition. It's a hard place to determine when it's time to move. You'll be riding around and just don't want to get out of line, and sometimes it's that guy that decides to move is the guy that makes the move. So it's definitely a tricky place, but it's elbows up, that's for sure.
That outside gets to be so strong for so long that it, you start to wonder, is that bottom ever going to come in? But I've seen it, where a lot of times at the beginning of the race right now, you can already see these guys all wanting to blast that outside. But I tell you, I think that bottom is going to be a little bit quicker here, and I wonder if anybody steps down there for time trials here coming up in just a second. We'll see who they decide to send out first here.
Well, it looks to me like Mike Bauer is on his way out from Phillipsburg, along with Kirk Hess out of Clearfield. That's going to be your first 2 qualifiers.
Alrighty. So here we go. We've got Mike Maurer out of Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania. And like you said, Kirk Hess right on his tail here. Let's see if Kirk will give him a little breathing room here. These guys are going to have time to get a little bit of momentum, and then they're going to have time to clock in their lap there. Green flag, they're telling them to get these suckers up to speed here, as Kirk Hess now also making his way out. So we're going to see Mike Maurer. He's going to have the freshest racetrack of them all coming out of turn number 4. He'll take the green flag for his first lap. Mike Maurer in that 29, like we said, he has had a feature win so far this year. Kirk Hess still knocking on the door to try and get his first ever Instigators Winter League feature win. So out of turn number 4, Mike Maurer is going to clock his first lap here. He'll clock a 15.264. Behind him, Kirk Hess clocks his first one. He'll be a 15.3. So Mike Maurer quick time right now. Let's see if he can improve a little bit better here on lap number 2. Out of turn number 4, lap number 2 for Mike Maurer. He's going to stay at 15.2. 6.4. Is Kirk Hess going to be any better here? He won't. So they're both quickest on lap number 1. And quick time right now is going to be Mike Maurer in that 29.
Next two out. Next two out for you, Tyler's going to be out of DuBois in the 72. Will be Dave Riesinger. He was second quick in practice, and behind him, out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania, 98, Larry Hess.
Larry Hess was 6th quick in hot laps there, so he's got a strong car under him also here. Dave Riesinger looking to put himself up front in another heat race. He did that earlier this year. Got himself a good starting position at Lanier. Had a great run going on there for a while until a late race caution cost him. But we'll see what if he can pick it up here and put himself on the front row maybe of a heat race and maybe on the front row of features. They'll see the green flag out of turn number 4 as they start lap number 1. Dave Riesinger running at a little bit lower line there like I talked about. He'll enter on the bottom there. Could that help him here? Here comes Larry Hess. He'll also take the green flag behind him now. Do they have anything for Mike Maurer? Now these guys are starting to move down to that middle groove here. Dave Riesinger first lap. He's going to stay third. He's going to go third quick right now. He'll go to the top of the board. Dave Riesinger quick time with a 15.189. Larry Hess, he'll go quick time. 15.182. Dave Riesinger push on lap number 2. That's not going to be his best lap. He'll stay second. Does Larry Hess have anything else? Out of turn number 4. Larry Hess, can he go a little bit better? Not going to go any better. So lap 1 quickest for both drivers again. Larry Hess, your new fast time with a 15.182. Second quick, right behind him, almost on the money with a 15.189. Dave Riesinger.
All right, Tyler, your next two out. Going to be the 157 out of Curtisville, Pennsylvania. Is Dave McGovern, followed by him. Quick time in practice in hot laps. And the 42H, he is out of Allegheny, New York, will be Dennis Harrison III.
So down the back straightaway, they'll get the engines running under him here into turns 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, lap number 1 starts for Dave McGovern. Trying to really creep around that bottom side right now. Wondering how much Dennis Harrison up on the cushion already. He'll take the green flag. So we'll see if anybody has anything for Larry Hess now. Dennis Harrison a little tight there in turns 1 and 2. Will get his feet back under him. Dave McGovern, he'll run his first lap there.
Top of the board, Bubba.
Dave and McGovern to the top of the board. Blaze Harrison right behind him. Oh, my goodness.
Dennis Harrison III.
Dennis Harrison III. My apologies there. Dave McGovern, second lap. Did he have anything else? Not that lap, he didn't. Does Dennis Harrison improve any? He does.
What a lap.
What a lap. What
wow.
a lap for Dennis Harrison III. 14.851. He'll go to the top of the board. In that 42.
All right, Tyler. Next out is going to be in the 1 star. Out of DuBois, PA, will be Colton Joyner. Followed by him in the 13. Out of Reynoldsville is John Smeal. Let's see what these two can do.
They'll fire off lap number 1. Colton Joyner starts there. Behind him is going to be Jonathan Smeal. Lap number 1 for Colton Joyner. Not going to be too good right now. 15. Jonathan Smeal, he'll go to second quick, though. Good lap for him. Colton Joyner going to try and get a little bit more here. Up on the berm out of turn number 4. Let's see what he can hit here off of turn number 4. He's going to improve, but he's still going to be behind the 8 ball. Jonathan Smeal will stay second quick with a 15.022. Dennis Harrison III is still 0.2 quicker right now. Colton Joyner going to be behind the 8 ball here tonight.
Next two up on the board. Out of Grampian, PA, Kevin Action Jackson at number 80, followed by him. Out of Phillipsburg in the 91 will be Justin Diltz.
Down Down the back straightaway, Action Jackson will roll into turns 3 and 4, getting ready to take the green flag here. Lap number 1 starts for Action Jackson, the 80J. Had a good run in his heat race the other night. See if he can put him he gets a little sideways there off at turn number 4. Might hurt him, or excuse me, turn number 2. Because now we'll work into turns 3 and 4 out of turn number 4. First lap for Action Jackson right now. He'll go to 9th quick right now. Behind him, as he said, Justin Diltz. He will stay 10th for right now. So Action Jackson for lap number 2. Not going to improve, and Justin Diltz will improve. He'll go to 9th quick in that 91 machine. So I do believe.
Tyler, we got one car left to qualify, Tyler.
Alrighty, Mike Anderson, feature winner here this year in that 116 machine. Let's see if he can top the board here of Dennis Harrison III. Down the back straight, Mike Anderson's been on fire here so far this year. Oh, he gets a little tight there in the turns 3 and 4. That might hurt him on his first lap. He's going to lose some speed there. Let's see if he can recoup here and get a good lap out of it. Looks a little tight here up on the cushion out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He'll drive it in deep into turns 3 and 4. Gets a good bite out of turn number 4. He'll start a second lap right now. He'll jump up to 9th quick for right now. Down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. He'll drive it in deep. Where's Mike Anderson going to put himself on the board here tonight? He'll go to 7th quick. So Mike Anderson, 7th quick, and quick time tonight for your special here is going to be...
Blaze Harrison, it looks to me, it looks like that's going to put Blaze Harrison, Jonathan Mill, Dave McGovern, Larry Hess on your pole, inside and outside pole for the first 2 heats. So it'll be interesting.
All right, here is the lap that went... Oh, as it cuts me out. This is the lap that went quick time, ladies and gentlemen, for Dennis Harrison III out of Allegheny, New York. We'll give it to you one more time. Right up along that berm in 3 and 4. And that was your quick time here tonight for Dennis Harrison with that 14.851.
Alrighty, I'll lead us off here. The pace truck is pulling out on the pole in the 42H. Your pole sitter, 40 and out of Allegheny, New York, will be Dennis Harrison III. Outside of him in the 157 out of Curvensville, PA, will be Dave McGovern.
Inside row number 2 in the 72 machine, that's going to be Dave Riesinger. He's out of DuBois, Pennsylvania. And outside of him in that 116 machine, Mike Anderson, just last qualifier on the racetrack, still didn't put down a bad lap here tonight. Mike Anderson also out of DuBois, Pennsylvania.
Rounding out your field inside row number 3 in the 1 star out of DuBois will be Colton Joyner. And outside of him, Kevin Jackson, Action Jackson, the 80 out of Grampy in PA.
So I tell you what, this qualifying really shakes up. I tell you what, Dave McGovern, good qualifying lap here. You know, he putted around the bottom there and turned quite a barn burner there. Went quick time, and then until Dennis Harrison was able to take him over there. But he starts outside pole here tonight for heat race number 1 of the HighLine Designz Pro Late Models. A lot would say that's where you want to be here. Might be looking to get a little antsy there on the outside. Here we go, out of turn number 4. Green flag's out, and he's going to hurt himself by trying to get antsy there. We'll see if that one stands or not. It's going to stand there, so they do go on green there, and that one stands. So Dennis Harrison will lead them off into turns 3 and 4 now. Out of turn number 4. Now Dave McGovern tries to look back to the inside. He's maybe going to rub some paint there with the 72 machine and Dave Riesinger on the bottom. Side by side, wheel to wheel behind Dennis Harrison, the 3rd right now. Oh, Dave McGovern gets loose. He's way on the bottom side. 2 by 2 behind Dennis Harrison right now. Colton Joyner, Mike Anderson, side by side, wheel to wheel there. Colton Joyner might have caught the cone there. That's how low he's looking to go right now. Out of turn number 2. Dave Riesinger trying to get a bite on the outside. Dave McGovern in front of him. Riesinger gets a little tight now, going to turn the car now, but Dave McGovern will go back to that second place position. Looks like having a little bit of network troubles into 157. Doing a little blinking, but still out there right now as Dennis Harrison III starts to walk away from him here in the HighLine Designz Pro Late Model Heat Race number 1. Dave McGovern on the bottom, trying to maybe catch that 42H, but that 42H is found. Now hindsight, he gets loose there a little bit off the turn number 2. He'll hold on to it down the back straightaway. Can McGovern close here in the closing laps? Dennis Harrison III still leads. Hauling all the way from Allegheny, New York, down here to the Lernerville Speedway. He's your leader. Dave McGovern runs second. Dave Riesinger in third. 2 laps to go. Colton Joyner's worked himself up to 4th place. Mike Anderson in 5th right now. Smeel Racing Designs white flag one more time around for the rookie Dennis Harrison III. Into turns 1 and 2. If he can hold on to it here, he'll start pole for one. Be starting pole, and once again up front for another feature here. Looking to go 80 laps to his first victory. Dennis Harrison III wins heat race number 1. Second goes to Dave McGovern. Third, Dave Riesinger. Fourth, Colton Joyner. Mike Anderson. Fifth, and Action Jackson rounds out your 6-car field for HighLine Designz heat race number 1.
Oh, there was a lot of different lines being ran there, Tyler. Guys running pretty close to the same lap times there once they got spread out. So that just tells you right now the track is wide.
Yeah, you saw that 42H kind of take off on the outside, but then McGovern got a little antsy on that first start, hurt him quite a bit, but he was actually able to rally back to that second place position and might have had a little bit of something if he had got a little better start here. So.
All right, start us off in the lineup, Tyler.
Alrighty, on to pull this one. That's going to be your points leader. That's going to be Jonathan Smeel. He's out of Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania. Outside of him, now residing out of Clearfield, PA, that's going to be the 98 machine of Larry Hess.
Inside your second row. Out of Phillipsburg, would be in the 29. That's going to be Mike Bauer, and outside of him in the 46. Out of Clearfield, Kirk Hess.
Rounding out your field in the 5th place position, that's going to be the 91 machine of Justin Diltz. Justin Diltz out of Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania. Like we said previously, they're in hot laps. New dad, and still able to show up and race for the Instigators League, so we thank him for managing his time well, and congratulations to him in that 91 machine. That is the White Shadow. So let's see if he can creep here from the 5th place starting position here tonight in heat race number 2 for the HighLine Designz Pro Late Models. So alrighty, pace truck gonna look to duck off here down the back straightaway. There he'll duck off. You see these guys on the outside to get antsy. Wow, Larry Hess crowned the 13 machine down. He wants to start on the bottom. Jonathan Spiel's gonna let it happen there. Looking for the green flag now out of turn number 4. There's the green flag. They'll drop the hammer out of turn number 4. A little bit more of an even start here down into turns 1 and 2. Let's see if maybe we'll see a slide job from Jonathan Spiel. He'll run right around the bottom side. Mike Maurer gonna get a good dig on the bottom side. Larry Hess a little bit discombobulated. He'll let Mike Maurer slip to the inside of him there. And down the front straightaway, it's going to be Jonathan Spiel, your leader. Mike Maurer gets up to second early in this one. Larry Hess back to third. Justin Diltz already working that White Shadow up to the 4th place position here. Kirk Hess runs in 5th. Already starting to see the dust come off these cars. I tell you what, Lernerville, one of the more dusty racetracks here in the sim, and you can already see that dust coming out of the rear end of these race cars as Mike Maurer is trying to find a way to get to the back of the 13 machine. Mike Maurer, he stepped way to the outside here, maybe trying to look for a little bit more than the 13 of Jonathan Spiel. Here comes the White Shadow on the 98 machine. Justin Diltz will throw all caution to the wind, look to the outside. Kirk Hess slide up the racetrack. There's a little, he'll shoot to the outside. Now he's looking to the inside of the 98. Into turn number 3. He'll lunge a nose piece to the inside. There's contact out of turn number 4. They'll keep her clean and green. Kirk Hess looks back to the outside. That's your battle for 4th right now. Kirk Hess to the inside. He'll take 4th out of turn number 2. Jonathan Spiel has found that little bit higher line now and starts to try and run away from the 29 machine of Mike Maurer running in 2nd. Larry Hess runs 3rd. Great battle here as the White Shadow works his way back around the outside of the 46 machine for 4th. 2 laps to go for Jonathan Smill here in heat race number 2. As he works his way through 1 and 2, off of turn number 2. You can continue to see that berm building there in 1 and 2 as now we work into turns 3 and 4. White flag in the air, the Smill Racing Designs white flag. For Jonathan Smill, your point leader. Trying to start towards the front here once again. He's going to have to start last, I do believe, but in that 13 machine, he's going to pick up some points there to his bonus there. Jonathan Smill takes heat race number 2. Mike Maurer second. Larry Hess holds on to third. Justin Diltz in that heated battle. He'll take fourth over Kirk Hess in fifth. And I do believe it was Jonathan Smill.
Watching that race there, Tyler, that is a definite thing about this racetrack is how your racing room closes up coming out of 4. You really got to pinch it off when you come down off of 4, and it's really hard to stay underneath somebody and keep momentum. You'll see a lot of contact coming out of 4 with guys on the outside and guy trying to get on the inside.
It's very hard. You can't see where that guy's at either, so it's a judgment call, and if that guy's not right where you think he is, you're going to end up with some contact here. And I do believe it was Jonathan Smill that picked up the win last week. So I think he'll be going to the tail. If my memory serves me right, there after that heated battle with Dennis Harrison III there. He came home victorious at Volusia last week, so
I do believe you're right.
So he'll be finding his way to the back.
All right, Tyler, it's feature time.
There we go. We're set to go 80 laps here tonight with the HighLine Designz Pro late models. And this track, I think, is going to wind out and is going to be a great racetrack for these guys here.
One of the, if not the most demanding mental racetracks on our series, in my opinion. So 80 laps is a long time to try to keep focused here at Lernerville Speedway and not make a mistake. Well, do you want to lead us off here on our lineup for tonight?
Yeah, I'll lead us off. You might want to make sure that Jonathan Smill does make his way to the back. That might have been something we missed, because that is different from last year.
Oh, no, I apologize. He does not have to go to the back on specials. That will carry over into next week. He will have to go to the back next week. Specials we line up as we qualify. So, John Spiel, nobody will be dropping to the back, Tyler.
Oh, okay. See, I was misinformed then. I thought we were going the whole way through.
No, all but specials. So tonight it's how it is. So starts off there on the pole. And the 42H out of Allegheny, New York. Be Dennis Harrison III. Outside of him in the 13 out of Reynoldsville is John Spiel.
Row number 2 out of Curtinsville, Pennsylvania. That's going to be Dave McGovern. Has a good starting position here tonight. Hopefully got them internet issues cleared up. He's out of Curtinsville, Pennsylvania. Outside of him in the 29 going to be Mike Maurer.
Inside your second row out of DuBois in the 72, we got Dave Riesinger. Outside of him in the 98 out of Clearfield, Larry Hess.
Then we have the 1-star of Colton Joyner out of Phillipsburg. The 91 machine of Justin Diltz out of Phillipsburg. The 116 of Mike Anderson out of DuBois. The 46 out of Clearfield. And Action Jackson out of Grampian. We're green here out of turn number 4. Sweet fire into turn number 1. Jonathan Spiel, that heat race win is going to be more Mike Maurer. Real sideways there. Hold on to it. You can tell that slick is already, if you're not on the cushion, there's a slide job early from Dennis Harrison the third. Heavy trouble. Red flag. Red flag. Mike Maurer hard. Oh my gosh. Not good for the 29 machine. 4th place
not
starter.
Good at all.
I'm not sure if that was
Previous
a mechanical failure. Oh, wow. Violent accident for the 29 machine. I don't know.
I think he tried to set it for the corner and just went down over, Tyler. I don't think it was mechanical. I watched him.
Yeah, I see the swing there, like you said, and it just misjudged where that track ended. And hard into the wall, and it just upturns that car hard. Violent crash here on lap number 1 of your feature. Mike Maurer maybe going to have an early exit here tonight in that 29 machine.
Yeah, he may have to tow.
Surprisingly, that car does not look in that bad a condition for the hit that he just took.
He is still in the elevated outdoors hot pit right now.
So tough break for Mike Maurer. As I tell you what,
Yes.
I don't think they're playing around here at Winter. I think we're getting ready to turn it back loose here.
Mike Bauer won't be able to rejoin now until we have a caution if he don't get out before the green flag flies. So
here we go. We're going to turn them back loose here. Lernerville not playing around here tonight. Out of turn number 4, Dennis Harrison looking for the green flag once again. We didn't get a lap in, so we're green here again. Let's see if Dennis Harrison can maybe try what he did there earlier and get that slide job done. Dave McGovern gets into that grass. A lot of power there off of the bottom of turns 1 and 2. We'll see if we're going to get another slide job here up the racetrack. He'll stay in the middle. Jonathan Spiel going to try work around the outside. He's on his quarter panel into turns 1 and 2. There's the quick slide job from Dennis Harrison the third. Jonathan Spiel going to try and back it up, maybe make a move here down the back straightaway. Not yet. Jonathan Spiel, he'll tuck in line. I tell you what, this track already slicking up. Here comes Dave Riesinger. Dave Riesinger running in 4th right now. McGovern trying to catch the 13 machine. All cars electing to run that middle groove right now. Dave McGovern runs 3rd. Jonathan Spiel in 2nd. Your points leader, Dennis Harrison, the rookie, gets a little tight on the cushion. He'll hold on to it. A lot of action throughout the field here at Lernerville. That's one thing Lernerville does not have too much of, and that's action. Too much action here to catch it all here as we try and look down through the field, but the battle up front continues to get dicey. Contact. Jonathan Spiel, Dave McGovern, contact out of turn number 4. That allows Dennis Harrison the third to stretch out that lead just a little bit there, Dad.
Yeah, we have contact with the 98 and the 91 as Hess goes all the way to the back on that contact, and it looks like Mike Anderson lost his filler panel. There's all kinds of stuff happening here in the back.
Oh man, heavy damage for the 116 machine. Not sure what happened there. You can see that nose piece is dragging. Oh, there's contact between Mike Anderson and Larry Hess again. Not sure if that was something that happened earlier or not. We'll keep it back up to the front. Dave McGovern trying to use everything he can on that bottom side. Dave Riesinger trying to find a way around him. That car looks smooth here early in this one. Another car picking his way through the field. The White Shadow, Justin Diltz, runs 5th right now. Out of turn number 2, he's going to try and track down for 4th now. He'll follow Dave Riesinger down into the corner. Good racing here at Lernerville. Back up front. Out of Allegheny, New York.
For Mike Anderson. All Mike Anderson did was get in the back of the 98 when he was getting a little squirrely, and it just tore his front end up. Just an update on what happened to the 116.
Man, that's terrible. It wasn't even a hard contact, and Mike Anderson has a lot of aero damage here early in this one. Now Justin Dillard, he's going to act on that 4th place position. He'll fire to the inside of the 72 of Dave Riesinger. I tell you right now, that bottom is hooked up pretty good right now as Dave Riesinger. Contact! Contact right there between Justin Diltz and Dave Riesinger right there, like we said, out of turn number 4. Closes up big time and didn't allow Mike Anderson, Justin Diltz hung that right rear out, and Dave Riesinger caught a little piece of it. But like I was saying before that, the rookie out of Allegheny, New York, Dennis Harrison III, once again finds himself leading here with the HighLine Designz Pro Late Models. The story of that 42H, though, is this car begins to drop off late in the race. Does he have a car that can hold with him all night tonight? And can he keep the tires under him, as he is seems to be really abusing that right rear right now, as Jonathan Spiel runs 2nd and doesn't really have anything for him at the moment.
I just give a shout out to Dave McGovern as he's been able to keep Jonathan Spiel in his sights there. Got a little bit of the grass, but he was right up to his rear quarter panel there as he was trying to make a pass on the bottom side. So good run for the 157. Still have a little connection problems. Hope that doesn't cause any issues here in this race with other competitors.
Yeah, as you see right there watching him, it's hard to watch the 157. It begins to jitter out there, but a car that's on the move here early. Justin Diltz already trying to spoil the party for the 157. Misses that cushion off at turn number 2. Dave McGovern going to pull back away a little bit. Dave McGovern, big push there out of turn number 2. Justin Dilt's going to have a huge run. He lifts, has to lift huge there. Get in that corner, Justin Diltz, he's there out of turn number 2. What a good run there for Justin Diltz. He'll show the nose on the 157. Dave McGovern's going to try and shut the door here, but out of turn number 4, Justin Diltz can't quite get there quite yet. He'll continue to run 4th. Back to his inside here. Side by side out of turn number 2. Great racing here between these two for that 3rd place position. Justin Diltz, he'll show that he's there. There's a little bit of the elbow. He'll take to the inside here. He now runs in that 3rd place position. Dave McGovern now going to try and work back to his inside. Going to get a little bit sideways there, but he gets a good bite down the back straightaway. Justin Diltz now running in the 3rd place position. He's your podium runner, trying to track down that 13 machine of Jonathan's field. Dave McGovern back to the inside, but that outside momentum down the back straightaway. Really propels him there, and he gets a little bit tight there. Hold on to it. That cushion ever so a fine line right now, but a lot of these guys electing that middle groove. Can anybody get up there and find a little more? Dennis Harrison, the 3rd, now into lap traffic as he gets around the 116 of Mike Anderson.
Tell you something, Tyler. I just watched Dennis go from the top to the bottom, and that 42H looks like it is working as good on the bottom as it is on the top. So that's not good news for the rest of this field.
Definitely not. But as this race continues, I start to see these 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th all kind of finding themselves in the same part of the racetrack. Here comes Kurt Kess with a good run to the inside of the 72 machine. A little bit of contact down the straightaway. Dave Riesinger going to try and roll back around him on that outside momentum. He will there momentarily, but that bottom of 1 and 2 seems to be really good here. As here comes Colton Joyner. Oh, Dave Riesinger got a little squirrely there, and that's going to let Kurt Kess take that 6th place position. Like you said, the way I've seen that 42H machine working here tonight is dangerous for the rest of the competitors. They just got to hope that that car can't hold up to that kind of abuse here, and they got to hope for a caution, which right now we are cautionless here. No oval track specialty cautions so far in this one, other than the initial start for Mike Maurer. So past that, we have been green. But Justin Diltz ever so slightly trying to inch to the 13 machine of Jonathan Smeal as we work only lap 28 right now of 80. Here comes Colton Joyner to the inside of David McGovern now. That's your best battle right now. David McGovern caught a little bit of that dirt there on the wall there. So he'll let Colton Joyner slip past him there. David McGovern will drop back to the 5th place position. As Colton Joyner now runs 4th. Kirk Hess runs 6th right now. Dave Riesinger, a little bit of damage on that left front. Now comes under attack from Action Jackson. And the 80 car, as we say, to get sideways. Hold on to it, Action Jackson. He'll hold on to it.
I've been watching that battle between those two, and Action Jackson will get to him and just gets excited and puts a little too much pedal into it and falls back, and he'll run back up on him. So good battles all over the place here.
And definitely that outside, if you can just hold the momentum, keep that car straight, it's fast even through the slick, not having a lot of bite here. But I tell you what, Dennis Harrison III continuing to pick him up and put him away here. Running all over this racetrack in that 42H machine. He's got to know the insane gap he has to the 13 machine. He's got about a straightaway here. About a 5-second gap here, so he is kind of in cruise control. These guys definitely don't want to get lapped. If so, they definitely want to be on the first car a lap down, as we do have the lucky dog in effect for the special races. Only there's a nose piece on the racetrack. Not sure if Mike Anderson might have finally lost the rest of it right there. He did. So Mike Anderson's front splitter there is sitting in the middle of 3 and 4. Luckily that is not going to bring out a debris caution. We'll stay green.
We got a battle right now between buddies there as Kirk Hess is working the underneath of the 157 there, trying to move up to that 5th position. As Hess moved all the way back almost to the rear of the field, so he has slowly worked his way back up through here in that 46.
Definitely, but here comes a white shadow. He'll step to the outside of the 13 machine to Jonathan Spiel. Big power move there. He'll go to second in a 91. The white shadow, he's found that cushion here tonight. He jumped up there and went around the 13 machine, your points leader, like he was on jack stands. Now Jonathan Spiel going to try and step up to that outside edge. Justin Diltz, the white shadow, still clawing for his first victory here with the Instigators. Now running in second. How much equipment does he have? He's been inching his way up through the field like Kurt Kess has, as you said. But how much equipment does he have? He catches the wall. Here comes Jonathan Spiel back to the inside. Back up the racetrack to the cushion. They're going to be side by side down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. Could we see a slide job? Jonathan Spiel, he's going to keep it down on the bottom side. He'll roll the middle. Justin Diltz back around the outside to second. We'll fall back through here. Dave McGovern's got his feet back under him, trying to go back to the outside of Colton Joyner. I think this track is just transitioning that much. That outside line's starting to come back in now. Here comes David McGovern. He'll go back to the outside of the 1 star. Out of turn number 4. He'll grab that position.
Right now, Dennis Harrison is bottled up behind the 98, trying to work over lap track. Oh, and Action Jackson goes out over it. I think we're going to have a caution. We are going to have an oval track specialties caution. I'm almost positive of it. Oh, it stays green.
I saw the 80J sideways over the berm there. Thought you would have maybe seen a caution there. Flagman might not have caught it there, as we'll stay green. Not sure about that one, but Action Jackson, he's definitely going to be out of the race now in that 80J. If we get a chance.
He must just limped it down into the pits. I'm not sure what he did there.
If we get a chance, we'll try and give you folks another look at it. Caught the tail end of that one. Down the back straightaway. Still a great battle here. For second. Jonathan Spiel slides up to the door of Justin Diltz. As the 42H has worked his way around Larry Hess in the 98 machine. As he's got a car that's pretty stellar here tonight in that 42H right now. As he's continuing to just slowly but surely stretch that gap out. He's got 6 seconds now on second place, Justin Diltz. So they're either going to need a caution as we're over halfway or something magical to happen here for Justin Diltz.
Well, just to give you an update, Kevin Jackson went down over, and he went down in the grass and towed her back to the pits. Not sure if he didn't like something that was going on or just had enough for tonight. Going to save his equipment. But he decided not to bring her caution out and just tow back to the pits. So it might be the end of the night for Action Jackson.
So Action Jackson pit side, that'll be the end of his night. He will exit the night along with Mike Maurer. Those are your 2 cars out of the race right now. Big slide job from Dennis Harrison up in front of the 72 machine, but he will make that pass on Dave Riesinger. You can see Dennis Harrison trying to find that little bit of grip, that little bit of crumb there in the middle that's being thrown up from the inside. So he continues to rail that outside cushion here. Down the front straightaway. Now works on lap 51 in that 42H machine. Justin Diltz 7 seconds back in that 91. Jonathan Spiel is still hot on his heels, but I tell you what, Dennis Harrison III has got a car to beat here tonight. Dave Riesinger, now your lucky dog car, but Kirk Hess is now in the sights of the 42H machine. He'll step to the outside, gonna try and work his way around him. You gotta be careful here through this lap traffic. These guys don't know you're coming. Kirk Hess just running his line here. A little bit of a lift there from the 42H machine, but he's got room to maneuver here. Into turns 3 and 4. He'll try and go around the outside. He's gonna cross to the inside now, maybe. He'll show the nose. Kirk Hess heard him there. We'll boot up the racetrack, and Dennis Harrison will clear him. Nope, Kirk Hess back to his outside here, but I'm sure we're going to see a slider here into this corner. Yes, we are. There's a slide job from Dennis Harrison III. Would have left him a lane there, but he'll complete that pass on the 46 machine. So Kirk Hess...
Now he sets the sights on the top 5 to put Dave McGovern, who's in the top 5, a lap down.
Oh, Justin Diltz over the bank! I think we're going to have an oval track specialties caution. Yes, we will. your second place runner, Justin Diltz, up over the bank here. We'll take a look at what happened down the back straightaway. Oh, he just kind of did what Mike Maurer did there. Just got the car upset when he tried to set it. Up over he went. Oh, very light contact, though, with the wall, so hopefully that car will be in okay shape.
A little bit of right rear quarter panel damage by the looks of it, but he will go to the tail of the field. So what a charge by the 91 to have to go back to the tail of the field. And the one guy that's liking this is Jonathan Smill. I'm not saying that I don't know if he has anything for that 42H of Dennis Harrison III, but it definitely changes the outlook right now, and maybe gives them guys a breath of fresh air to try to go at this guy who's just been dominating this entire race.
Definitely taking a look back here at the 80J machine of Action Jackson. Caught the wall there down the straightaway, and then just like you said, just got up over the berm, and you know, definitely wasn't a caution spot, and decided to take it farther down the bank and tow her home. So
tough break for Justin Diltz. He really was putting on a good show there.
So we had a little bit of a late delay there, and the pace truck will make his way back out onto the racetrack here. As we're wondering here if maybe it put Justin, or gonna have to get Justin Diltz ahead of the cars that have been lapped. So he's gonna not go to the tail here. He'll have a couple cars that he doesn't have to worry about, but he's still gonna have to see some of the best competition in front of him. As he wanted a caution, but he definitely didn't want it that way. He's gonna have to work his way back up. As now here we go. Getting ready to turn him back loose. Delaware restart here. 55 in the books. Dennis Harrison III looking for his first one here. Colton Joyner now to third. Jonathan Smeal in second. We're green here. Definitely a late start there for Dennis Harrison III. He waited as long as he could there. As we now see Dennis Harrison has lost that huge cushion he had here into turns 3 and 4. Jonathan Smeal's going to throw the bumper up in front of the one-star machine. Now we'll go back to the bottom side. Now off of turn number 2, Colton Joyner's got a big run. He has to lift once again. Could Colton Joyner have the race car right now? Dennis Harrison clearly still has a race car under him here. Justin Diltz.
Just want to mention that the 46 had went over and went from 5th all the way to the rear. Didn't bring out a caution. Just an update on the 46.
So Kirk Cass is going to lose that spot that he had. Lose that track position he had. Justin Diltz takes it. Dennis Harrison still your leader even after the caution. Jonathan Smeal trying to strive. Colton Joyner in third right now. The edge continues to get thinner and thinner. This track is slick bottom to top, and we're only 60 of 80. Here we go. Here comes Colton Joyner into turns 3 and 4. Can we see a slider? He won't throw it. He'll let Jonathan Smeal roll back around him on the outside here. Colton Joyner had a big run there. Thought maybe he would have made the aggressive move there, but he's not going to pull the trigger quite yet here. Plenty of laps left. He's got about 20 to make something happen here from the third place position. Running in third. Jonathan Smeal in second. Dennis Harrison not pulling away quite yet. He gets a little tight there. Here comes Jonathan Smeal down the back straightaway. Everybody within striking distance. It's one little mistake away from changing your race. Dennis Harrison runs the bottom in 1 and 2. Likes the top in 3 and 4. As Jonathan Smeal and Colton Joyner found something on the top of 1 and 2 that Dennis Harrison has not tried yet. They are starting to close the gap now. Back to the bottom goes Dennis Harrison. Jonathan Smeal back to the outside. He'll grab a handful of the cushion. Down the back straightaway. Here it comes, Jonathan Smeal, your point leader, trying to get another win under his belt here. Into turns 3 and 4. Colton Joyner right on their heels. We've got a 3-car battle at the front. Throw a blanket over them. Into turns 1 and 2. Jonathan Spiel misses the corner that time. Here comes Colton Joyner. That's all it takes. He missed a little bit, and Colton Joyner's right there now. Dennis Harrison pulls away, and Colton Joyner strides. Just missing that berm by ever so much is the difference right now. That berm is all the grip they have. Jonathan Spiel right on the edge. Colton Joyner running it maybe just a hair better than Jonathan Spiel, but he has nowhere to go. That's his line. Jonathan Spiel in front of him. A rally on the outside of 3 and 4. Back into turns 1 and 2. Dennis Harrison running that consistent bottom line, holding his ground. Here comes Jonathan Spiel there with another big run. Can Dennis Harrison hold him back this time? Oh, Jonathan Spiel over the bank! He's not going to bring the caution out. He will continue to run third, gets it back on the racetrack. Now Colton Joyner is in his own wheelhouse here. Can he run down the 42H of Dennis Harrison? Dennis Harrison's held him off longer than he ever has before. Colton Joyner looked like he was faster than Jonathan Spiel at times. Can he find that grip? Down the back straightaway. Colton Joyner, now the hunter. The 42H of Dennis Harrison to prey. Can he catch him? Eyeball test says he's right there. He's maybe trying to strive a little bit here off of turn number 2. Into turns 3 and 4. Dennis Harrison trying to hold him off. 10 laps to go. He's got 10 more times around. Could lap traffic become a factor there right in front of him? Here comes Colton Joyner. Colton Joyner, he's got a car here tonight. Trying to put a win. Get another win here. Got a couple last year. I don't think we've seen him in victory lane quite yet this year. Trying to get it done here in the 80 lapper at Lernerville. He's found that cushion off of turn number 2. Dennis Harrison now in track specialties caution. Justin Diltz back over the bank. He'll rejoin the field with your leaders as it was just beginning to heat up. As we're going to be within 10 to go, we're going to have a single file restart. See what happened to Justin Diltz. Just same place there, gets over the berm. No contact with the wall. But he was running in in fourth, I do believe, at the time of that caution. So just guys now starting to realize that right rear doesn't quite hold him as much. And now can Colton Joyner find that same rhythm is the question. And Jonathan Spiel is going to be able to throw his hat right back in the ring. So they'll wait for the pace car on the back straightaway. Here comes the iRacing pace truck. As what a race we've had so far. Dennis Harrison III out of Allegheny, New York, made the tow here tonight. Your rookie this year with us here at the Instigators League has had so many close ones here. Trying to pick up his first win. Colton Joyner trying to pick up his first win of the season. As he had a car and he was starting to close the gap, but you gotta find that rhythm. Jonathan Spiel in third. David McGovern's been running consistent in fourth right now. Kirk Hess in fifth.
Good run by the 157. I just want to shout that out. And tell you what, at a tough racetrack, I think he's ran a pretty smart race there. Hasn't tried anything fancy, and he finds himself in that fourth position. And anything could happen with these top three here. He could be right in the catbird seat.
Definitely could be. We've seen this happen. Mike Anderson gets the lucky dog there, puts him back on the lead lap. I tell you what, for a guy who had damage early, he's really kept himself in this one. He is the first car now on the lead lap now, running in seventh. So, way to keep it going for him as we are going to see if Colton Joyner has anything for the 42H. Pace truck looking to duck off. We're single file restart. Colton Joyner going to close the gap here. Here we go. Out of turn number 4. Harrison waiting to fire on his command. Green flag! I tell you what, by him waiting, Colton Joyner's right on him. He's closer than when we took the overtrack specialties caution flag. Here comes Colton Joyner! Colton Joyner with a great run down the back straightaway. Come and see a slide job. Into turns 3 and 4. Could he feel the pressure? Jonathan Spiel right there, we're wrecking. They'll hold on to it. Kirk Hess finds his way now in fourth. Out of turn number 2. Colton Joyner in the 1 star. He's got a good run. Can Dennis Harrison hold him off? Into turns 3 and 4.
I tell you what, Colton Joyner has not pulled the trigger yet. Jonathan Spiel going to try and take advantage. He'll close the door. Jonathan Spiel now in third. He'll look down to the inside of the 1 star. Colton Joyner's got to try and find that button. Catch him here now. Dennis Harrison in third. Does he feel the pressure? Start to feel the pressure. He's off the racetrack. He's off the racetrack. Colton Joyner in the lead. The pressure. Colton Joyner got the intimidation to the 42H. He will go from leading all these laps to third now. So now Colton Joyner, your sole leader. Is he going to take one away from Dennis Harrison once again? Jonathan Spiel out of striking distance. Oh, what a heartbreak for Dennis Harrison, the third out of Allegheny, New York. I tell you what, you get the nerves to start running, and that can happen on such a razor-thin line. Laps winding down for him to make anything happen. I think Colton Joyner's the fastest car on the racetrack. This one might be all but over. Colton Joyner finds himself in the right spot into turns 1 and 2. Colton Joyner out of turn number 2. Into turns 3 and 4. He's going to see the Spiel Racing Designz white flag. Colton Joyner trying to pick up his first win of the season. Down the back straightaway. And he is going to steal one. Be in the right place at the right time. That's the story here at Lernerville. The 1 star of Colton Joyner goes to victory lane. Back road, powder coating victory lane. Second place is going to go to Jonathan Spiel. Dennis Harrison, heartbreaker, he'll run third. Kirk Hess fourth. David McGovern, not a lap down, will be the next car.
Boy, what a barn burner, man. It's just you just don't know at Lernerville. Like, just when you think it's all over.
Waiting for Colton Joyner to pull the trigger. And he didn't even have to. And finds himself right here in victory lane here tonight. As he'll do a victory lap here around Lernerville Speedway.
Definitely a heartbreaker for Dennis Harrison, the third. He ran almost a flawless race, but was out to a 7-second lead at one time. And I really thought that I thought for sure he was going to end up being in the back road powder coating victory lane, and it ends up Colton Joyner just able to be the most mentally strong one there and just didn't make any mistakes and found himself victory in the victory lane there. That was quite a race.
As I'll wait for them to make their way up into the booth. That's the thing here about Lernerville. You can't just tap your right rear off the wall if you get a little bit too far. That intimidation goes a lot farther than you think. And I think starting to hear the 1 star and laps winding down could have been the difference there tonight, Dad.
Yeah, that's I think just a little bit of jitters got there to your rookie, but he ran a heck of a race. But we got Colton Joyner up here with us in the announcer's booth. I'd just like to congratulate Colton Joyner on your win tonight. You was able to keep your mental game strong and didn't go down over the edge and worked your way up to the front. Congratulations, Colton.
Thank you, guys. I tried to play it smart. I tried to stay low most of the race that I could. Once I noticed that I was getting passed on the top side, I knew that that was my only option, is to go to the top side, and I knew everybody else was. I just tried to bide my time. Everybody kept falling off the backstretch, and I just tried to stay calm, hit my marks, and try to hit the high side the best I could. And yeah, it just ended up working out in my favor with everybody falling off. I mean, I'd rather win it racing with them, but that's just how it happened.
Yeah, they were able to come back out and actually, were right there with you at the end. But at the very end, it just seemed like your car might have been a little better than everybody else's. It just got stronger as the race went on, as Dennis's seemed to be the car to beat there for the first 50 laps, but right there at the end, it just seemed like the one star was laying down some pretty good laps.
Yeah, as soon as I started my practice, I had no drive at all, so I just tried to throw some more drive to it, and it seemed to help out a lot whenever it started to slick off right there.
Well, do you have anything you want to talk about here tonight with the race itself? I mean, that was pretty white knuckled for us watching. Is this one of the? Do you feel the same as what a lot of us do? This is one of the tracks that is one of the most mentally challenging.
Oh, absolutely. My shoulders hurt just from wheeling this car tight and just trying to stay off that berm, and just trying to hit your marks every time. You're just all tensed up all the time. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. And I think you make our fourth different winner in the pro lates this year. I know you had one or two last year, so that's your first one this year. Congratulations. Anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank HighLine Designs, all the sponsors that help us with this league, and obviously you guys. Uh, Gives us something to do every Tuesday. So thank you guys.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you being a part of it, and congratulations. We're going to move on down here to our second place finisher, our points leader. Another strong one. Hasn't finished outside the top two all year. Jonathan Smill, good run in second place.
Yeah, it was not the race that I was hoping for. I think I'm regretting giving Dennis some pointers as far as adjusting the tire pressures to get those tires to last a little longer, because he had this one won until what, 3-4 to go when he finally stepped that right rear up over the berm, but just didn't have the car. Let Harrison get way too far out early on. I was trying to save my stuff, and then trying to be a little more aggressive, trying to catch up and close that gap than I should have been, and just didn't end up having the car there at the end. Was fortunate enough to come away with a second. I thought for sure I was going to end up third behind Harrison and Joyner, but definitely take another second place finish. Let's see if I can keep my streak going and rebound next week for another win.
That's definitely a sign of a championship season whenever you don't feel good about your car and you still finish second. So that's still a good run, and you're on the podium once again. And who would you like to thank tonight?
I want to thank you guys for putting this on week in, week out. I don't think everyone from the outside realizes how much work goes into this and the time and effort. So definitely applaud you guys. Got to thank my wife, April. She's always supporting me with all this. Thank all these guys that we can run door to door with week in, week out, and still be clean.
Well, thank you, John, for everything you do in our league, and we'll see you next week. Moving on back to Dennis Harrison. Dennis Harrison the third. What a heartbreaker, man. You ran one heck of a race, one mistake, and this race was yours, but that's part of it. Lernerville is one of them very mentally challenging racetracks, and you ran it like a pro and not like a rookie. So congratulations still on getting third place with a good recovery and a good race. Are you there, Dennis?
He's in the booth with us.
He is in the booth. He's speechless.
Thought maybe
This
he
is
might
what's
have a
happening.
word with us.
Mic was off.
Oh, your mic was off. There you go.
Yeah, I'm determined I'm just not gonna win one of these races. I just stepped on it at the end. I feel like I had the car the first 50, 60 laps, but I just stepped on it the last couple laps.
Well, you're 100% going to win. There's guys that's been racing for years trying to still win their first one, and you've been in this for 5 weeks, and you've had two that's got away from you close. So you definitely got wins coming on the horizon. It's tough to get the first one. A lot of times you get the first one, a bunch will follow. So you ran a good race, nice, clean racing, worked around lap traffic well there during the start of the race, through the middle of the race there, whenever you got the lap traffic. Just almost a perfect race. Sorry it got away from you, but congratulations on your third place.
Thank you.
Anybody you'd like to thank before you get off here?
My brother, my girlfriend, my parents, and Pierce Steele.
All right, man. Well, we'll talk to you probably back up on here another time and another track. And that's going to close it out for tonight's race and in the Pro Late division. And we're going to reset, get ready for some racing here in our big block mods. And we're going to do it all over again here at Lernerville. White knuckle time.
Yeah, we'll be right back here with the KDJ Etched Designz Big Block Modifieds for another race full of screaming announcing. And we're gonna keep this stream excited, and we're gonna keep the racing fun and exciting for everybody watching at home. So glad to see, and just happy that everybody loves it. So we'll be right back
One
here.
One more note before we go, Tyler. I forgot to mention Jonathan Smil once again will be your Newcomb Automotive hard charger of the race, coming from the back to finish second.
John Smith started second tonight.
Oh yeah, my bad.
So,
See, this is what happens. You had me confused saying he moved to the back.
So it looks like it's gonna be Kurt 10th to 4th. That's gonna be 6 positions to the good.
I apologize to Kirk Hess. I was still thinking John Spiel moved to the back. I corrected you and didn't correct myself. So there you have it. Guess I need to focus a little bit more here in this announcement.
We keep each other in check.
Well, we do.
Have,
we keep. That's right. We all have our moments, right?
Yeah, it's we're here to help each other out. That's why we got 2 of us up here.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate your help.
Yeah. So congratulations to Kirk Hess for being had a strong run, got to 4th, and became the Newcomb Automotive hard charger. And another car that impressed to see, Mike Anderson. He had damage early, got the lucky dog on that last caution, and was even able to get around the 157 of David McGovern and take home that top 5. So good run for him to stay with us
What a recovery! You got to hats off to Anderson on that one. Yep, absolutely.
Coming from the 9th position was even in the running for the Newcomb Automotive hard charger.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, and did it without a front end. So congratulations, Mike. Alrighty, well, we'll get ready for our.
Yeah, like I said, we'll get ready for another. KDJ Etched Designz Big Block Modifieds for another race of, just excitement and hopefully high decibel levels of screaming and keep this show on the road. So let's keep it exciting. And I know these boys will here in the Big Block. So we'll be right back here after just a minute here. are back, and we already have eyes on new wraps all through. There's Cody Schultz repping the Intermountain Motorsports Oval Track Specialties number 7 machine.
That's a good looking ride.
Good looking ride here for Cody Schultz in that 7, and behind him, usually seen in the 25M in a different 7 machine, that is Byron Meeks in that 7 machine. There's Colton Probst in the 57C. Different wrap for the 29B machine of Cody Buck, not with the pink here tonight. He's got a gray and blue looking wrap.
It's a good looking ride too.
There's the 9 machine of John Smeal, your rookie here. He's in his number 9 machine here tonight. There's Ryan Patton in the 53P. Continues to have that ever-eluding feature win. Trying to get it done here tonight at Lernerville for the 80-lap special.
Right now, our rookie in this class, one of our rookies, Colton Probst, is running second quick in practice as your points leader right now, quickest in practice.
Take a look at the other car. There's Jeremy Briald in the 74 machine. There's the 66 end of Oris Newcomb. He's in a wrap that looks familiar to the late model he might have ran last year. He's got that pink chrome on that white modified there. So he works his way into turns 3 and 4 in that 66 end machine. Behind him in the 1 machine, Ryan Hallman. He's got a good lap so far tonight. He is 4th quick right now. Ryan Patton jumps up to 2nd quick in hot laps. Christopher Gormott here with us tonight. Glad to see him back. I think he couldn't quite make the call there last week, but he is here back with us tonight.
Definitely good to see him back. Looks like we got a good full field of big block modifieds. Is the only one I may not see is Earl Jackson, who I do believe may have decided to step away from racing for the time being.
I do believe I saw the car up for sale there the other night, and from recent posts, it looks like he has decided to hang up the steering wheel for the moment.
And Carl Lansbury, who blew a motor on week 2 and decided that he needed to step away. But other than that, everybody is here tonight. So good field of cars once again in our KDJ Etched Design Big Block Mods.
Part of it here with Instigators. We've seen this before. You have your committed guys, and then you'll see who's really committed there at the end of the, about this time, about the end of the first quarter, you'll see who's really going to be here week in and week out, and you'll start to find your favorite who is here. And, but played with mechanical failures, like you said, and other interests, so. But like you said, we still have a really good field here tonight for you with the KDJ Big Block Modifieds.
Yeah, Orvie Newcomb, that is definitely looks a lot like his late model design there. The all too familiar Richard Petty scheme and 43 machine of Christopher Gormott. He's ran that, I do believe, since day 1. So he owns that wrap, bud.
I've never seen the 43 machine not in that wrap, so
the number 1 of Ryan Hallman with a good lap. He is 3rd quick right now. So we got 4 guys that are broke under the 15-second barrier.
So, getting word that 7 machine that is being piloted by Byron Meeks tonight is a throwback wrap for one of the local guys in Uniontown towards the area of, you know, where Drake Meeks and Michael Lake are from, of LJ Dennis, as we see that car start to work his way back out onto the racetrack for a couple more hot laps here. That is a throwback car for LJ Dennis. So pretty cool to see a throwback wrap here tonight.
Yeah, that's pretty cool when these guys do these throwback wraps and do some in-memory wraps of people. And I mean, Michael Lake did that in real life there on his late model there, super late for, I'd say, almost last half of the season there of his grandfather and car owner Bobby Lake. And that was pretty cool to see that, and cool to see Drake be doing that. Byron Drake, whatever you want to call him, he is a man of multiple names.
Yeah, he you look here, you look everywhere, you can find a Drake Meeks, Byron Meeks, and I've seen on the spoiler of his not this car, but on his main car, Squeaky. I've seen that nickname around. So Byron Drake Squeaky, man of many names, but here tonight piloting the LJ Dennis throwback machine, and he's making it look good right now as he is quick time. Cody Buck is second fast right now in practice. Ryan Holman has jumped up to that third quick. Then we have Ryan Patton, Colton Probes, like you said. Great look for him. Rookie just continues to get better and better each week. He's fifth right now.
Also, if you look down the field, I've noticed John Smale, who was a very green rookie at the start of the year. I don't think he ever raced iRacing until this season. He's starting to get his lap times closer and closer to the rest of the field as he is right in with those guys there towards the bottom there, a little faster than Cody Schultz and Christopher Gormont right now.
Yeah, and if you think back, Cody Schultz, a heat race winner at Houston earlier this year. So that is not a uncompetitive car. Cody Schultz, doesn't quite have his feet under him quite yet for here tonight at Lernerville, but just shows that, John Smealy continues to show up, and, we're glad to have him here, and, that's all, you make laps and you learn, and that's all what this sport is about in real life and even in the sim. It takes a lot of practice to just be a little bit better than the next guy, so glad to see that for him.
Yeah, it does take a lot of laps, a lot of practice, and some of these guys don't get a chance to practice as much as they'd like to, and I know I talked to them personally outside of the racing, and they definitely, it hurts them when they can't do some practicing through the week, and they work or whatever else may keep them from doing so. But I'm just still glad that they show up here every Tuesday and try their best and help put on a show here. And for overall a very successful season for branching out into 3 classes, is it wasn't long ago that we were all running in the same class, and we just split up to 2 classes. I believe last year was our first year for 2 classes, if I'm not mistaken, right, Tyler?
Yes, it was.
So we went from 2 to 3 in a matter of 2 years, and still have not full fields, but nice fields of cars here of 10, 11, 12, maybe down to 8 the supers. But I mean, it's only going to grow. I do believe we're going to keep it as is now for a while. You never know, but I'm pretty sure this is how it's going to stay for the next few years. We're going to build on this. Got some new drivers right now that I might be doing some testing for and some tryouts for, to try to get a couple more cars in these fields. And like I said, we usually lose a couple people a year, either through disappointment or other priorities. So it's a slow process, but we're definitely, every year we are consistently building, as we've had, I'd say over the years, we're pushing over 50 different drivers now, right around 50 drivers in this league.
Yeah, we've had quite a few different faces in here, and you might think, man, these car counts are a little low being 10, 12, but I mean, if you really think about it, you have 10, 12 each class. I mean, that is 30 guys in this Discord showed up on a Tuesday at 7 o'clock for race here tonight. So, and like we said, you have some people that are in and out, that aren't here every week, and you have your committed, and I think to have 10 people committed to each class is quite impressive. And like you said, we just continue to grow on it. Pro Late's, one of our bigger classes. We, if those guys start dominating down there, you start to have guys start to move up. We had Nolan this year, and unfortunately, some scheduling conflicts from what I've heard. And after maybe some, not where he wanted to be the first couple weeks there, gonna maybe try and get back with us later, but right now some scheduling conflicts has kept him away from the sim and racing with us supers after a dominating year last year. Your points champion in the pro lakes last year. So definitely we'll start continue adding cars to each class and making sure we have the right people in here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I could just put it out there and probably fill these fields up with cars, but then we would have what we have out in official races, and I'm very selective and do a slow process just so we can have the type of race we have and everybody is on the same page as far as what we want out of this league. And it's worked this far, and we're just keep growing slowly but surely, and maybe someday we'll have 20 cars per class.
And something that has clicked by pretty quickly is the clock, is we're going to get the 20-second horn here. So 20 more seconds before we get underway with qualifying here.
I'll do what we did last time, Tyler. I'll let you know who's on their way out. You can commentate their laps. That way we are on the same page.
Definitely try and keep up with the laps as they come in as quick as possible. I know pulling up the results page blocks the view of the race car on the racetrack, but I like to keep you updated with where maybe your favorite driver is slotting in. So we will see what we can do here. And
yeah, as you and I have to work from announcing from separate stages, so it's sometimes we overrun each other. Just in case anybody's wondering, we're not sitting next to each other. It makes it a little more difficult, but we try to do the best we can. How about it, Tyler?
how about it?
All right, first out of Clearfield, PA, is going to be the number 7 of Cody Schultz. Cody Schultz will be your first driver out. Following him will be the rookie in the number 9, father of Jonathan Smill. In the Pro Late Division will be John Smill.
So they'll get the green flag here down the back straightaway. Cody Schultz shoots now. He'll get ready to take the green flag for lap number 1 here. John Smill behind him. So there's the green flag. First lap has been tripped here. Down the back straightaway. Gets a little tight there. He's going to have to counter steer. Try to hold on. Might not going to be the best lap here. So he'll try and reset here and try and get a good one here on lap number 2. Cody Schultz will put the first lap in. Of course, he'll be quick time right now. Jonathan Smill behind him. As right now, it'll be John Smill quick time right now after the first 2 laps. Now coming around for lap number 2 for Cody Schultz, trying to be a little bit better here. He'll stay with a 15.780, and John Smill will stay with a 15.689. So right now, John Smill, quick time out of your first 2 with a 15.689. Cody Schultz second with a 15.780.
Next up in the new wrap, out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania, will be your points leader, Byron Meeks, in the number 7 tonight.
Byron Meeks
And
in
second
that.
out will be Todd Bailey out of Mundorf, Pennsylvania, in the 57T.
So,
Go ahead, Tyler.
Byron Meeks will get on the loud pedal here down the front straightaway in that LJ Dennis throwback wrap. Into turns 3 and 4. He'll trip the trigger here. Start lap number 1 for him in that 7 machine. He was quick time in practice. The 57T behind him. Down the back straightaway. Byron Meeks will run to the bottom side out of turn number 4. First lap for Byron Meeks. He is going to be quick time with a 15.187. He'll continue to run the bottom here. Todd Bailey, second lap. He'll go second quick with a 15.662. And out of turn number 4, Byron Meeks, can he go any quicker here? He will not. He'll stay 15.187. Todd Bailey trying to get a little bit more here on lap number 2. He won't. He'll go 15.662. And he'll be second quick. So quick time right now with a absolute barn burner. About 5/10 quicker right now than second place is Byron Meeks with a 15.187. That car had a lot of forward drive.
All right, next out will be out of West Lebanon, New York, Jeremy Briault, another one of our rookies in the 74. And behind him, another rookie in the 057 for the out of Clearfield, PA, will be Colton Probst.
Jeremy Briault, he'll roll through turns 3 and 4. He'll trip the trigger here out of turn number 4, lap number 1. Starts for Jeremy Briault in the 74. Colton Probst in that 57C. He'll trip the trigger also. Down the back straightaway for Jeremy Briault into turns 3 and 4. Does he have anything for Byron Meeks? Out of turn number 4. He'll go second quick with a 15.501. Jeremy Briault. Good lap time. Colton Probst second quick with a 15.396. Good lap for both these cats. Out of turn number 4. Jeremy Briault going to try and be a little bit quicker here. Not going to make it happen. He'll stay 15.5. And Colton Probst will stay second quick with a 15.396. Great lap for Colton Probst and Jeremy Briault. Both rookies. They'll be second and third quick right now.
All right, we're going to Group B right now, as the first one out in Group B will be your number 1. That'll be Ryan Hallman out of Clearfield, PA. And behind him in the 29, I believe that's the 29B, will be Cody Buck out of Phillipsburg, PA.
So we'll get these guys trackside. We'll put the hammer down here, down the back straightaway. Ryan Hallman gets the speed up here. Had a puts third quick in hot laps. Let's see if he has anything for Byron Meeks here. Out of turn number 4, green flag in here. He'll trip the trigger. All these guys electing to run a little lower, and I've seen that the track hasn't quite ripped up as much as you saw in your HighLine Designz Pro late models. Cody Buck now will trip the trigger, excuse me. Out of turn number 4, lap number 1 for Ryan Hallman. Let's see what he's got. He'll go second quick with a 15.314. Good lap for Ryan Hallman. Cody Buck now. He'll jump to second quick now with a 15.292. There's all still chasing Byron Meeks, so Ryan Hallman, he'll finish his lap. He'll stay third. Does Cody Buck have anything? Into turns 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4. Can he be a little bit better, try and close that gap? No, he won't. So Byron Meeks still quick time. Cody Buck will clock in second quick with a 15.292. Ryan Hallman third quick with a 15.314.
Next out on the racetrack in the 43 out of State College, PA, will be Christopher Gormott. Following him in the 53P out of Brockway will be Ryan Patton.
Christopher Gormott, he'll get the fire under the hood, like you said, in that Richard Petty looking 43 machine. Out of turn number 4, he'll trip the trigger. Lap number 1 starts down the front straightaway for Christopher Gormott. Ryan Patton behind him, like we said, he's been that wind's been ever so elusive so far this year. Let's see if he can get a good lap start himself up front here tonight. Christopher Gormott up on that little bit higher line. He'll cut down off of turn number 4. Gormott lap number 1, 16.038. Ryan Patton, he'll go to third quick with a 15.303. Christopher Gormott looking to improve here on lap number 2. He'll grab a handful of the cushion off of turn number 4. He'll try and improve. He'll improve with a 15.90, and Ryan Patton will not improve. He'll be third quick on lap number 1 with a 15.303.
And your lone soldier to round out your qualifying for tonight, out of Punxsutawney, PA into 66, we got Orvis Newcomb.
He'll get the tires lit up here, so he'll try and get some momentum built up here around this speedway. Out of turn number 4, he'll trip the trigger for lap number 1 here. He'll run that middle line here. He'll cut down a little bit here off of turn number 2. Grab a little bit of that grip down the back straightaway. Strong run for Orvis Newcomb here. He's had a couple strong runs so far this year. He'll run the bottom here out of turn number 4. Orvis Newcomb first lap. It's going to be... He will be about mid-pack right now. Look like he'll be 6 quick right now. Orvis Newcomb 6 quick right now with a 15.420. Let's see if he can improve a little bit more here. He'll be flirting with that cone off at turn number 4. He will not improve on lap number 2. So 6 quick for Orvis Newcomb with a 15.420.
Well, that will set your front row as heat race number 1, Byron Meeks and Ryan Patton. Heat race number 2, Cody Buck and Ryan Hallman. As we are going to have a minute to let these guys get their setups, their feature setups on, and we're going to go feature racing.
No, we're not. We're going to go heat racing.
Or heat racing. Ha!
We are going to go
Dude.
heat racing. Here.
We are going racing. I am jumping the gun tonight.
The field is set for your heat races here tonight. So I'll start us off here on the pole of this one. That's going to be Byron Meeks. He's in that LJ Dennis throwback wrap in that 7 machine here tonight for Byron Meeks. Byron Meeks is out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Outside him in a 53P, he's out of Brockway, Pennsylvania. Looking for that feature win, trying to start himself up front here tonight. That's going to be Ryan Patton.
Inside your second row out of Clearfield in a 57C. One of your rookies this year, Colton Probst, outside of him. Will be another rookie on rookie havoc here inside the second row. And that 74 out of West Lebanon, New York will be Jeremy Briault.
And rounding out your field, row number 3 will be the 9 machine on the inside of John Smeal. John Smeal, he is out of DuBois, Pennsylvania. And outside him in the 43 machine out of State College, Pennsylvania, that'll be Christopher Gormont. So that
all 3 rookies are in this heat race, Tyler. So
oh yeah, there you go. And
makes it interesting.
the one leading them right now in that 3rd place position almost got a heat race win last week in that 57C of Colton Probst. Pretty good qualifying effort here tonight. Let's see what he can do from 3rd here as we look to take the green flag here. Out of turn number 4, waiting for the fire under the hoods. We're green flag racing out of turn number 4 for the KDJ Designz Big Block Modifieds. Down into turns 1 and 2. That bottom side was pretty good there in qualifying. Down to back straightaway, side by side for 3rd right now between Colton Probst and Jeremy Briault. Ryan Patton will step to the outside. Try and get around the outside there. Now Jeremy Briault's going to try and take 3rd back away from the 57C. Down the back straightaway. Rookie on rookie havoc could be afoot here as we got Jeremy Briault and Colton Probst going at it. Up in front of them, Ryan Patton still runs second to
Byron Meeks.
Ryan Patton, he'll now shift down to that bottom lane.
Oh!
Did we have contact? Missed it there. Oh!
Yeah, John Spill got to the side of Jeremy Briault there. He lifted, but the car just took off pushing and sent Briault up over the berm. But Briault is able to hold on to his 4th place spot.
Missed that one by a little bit, but glad everybody stayed clean and green right now. Byron Meeks continues to rip the lip there in that 7 machine. Ryan Patton on his tail. Colton Probst having a good race right now. Still running in his 3rd place starting position. As we've got two guys in front of him that are veterans here in this league, and he's right there watching and learning, and that's all you can ask as a rookie.
Oh, absolutely. He's doing a heck of a job there, as these two are actually super late drivers that move down into the big block modified. So there's a lot of experience here and a lot of talent right in front of your rookie.
As that battle rages on in front of him, Ryan Patton tries to work that bottom, but that outside momentum from Byron Meeks continues to propel him forward and keep that lead here in heat race number 1 with the KDJ Big Block Modifieds. Spiel Racing Designz white flag will be in the air for Byron Meeks here out of turn number 4. Into turns 1 and 2. Byron Meeks still leads over Ryan Patton. Ryan Patton continues to try and run that bottom, but I don't think he's going to be in striking distance. Into turns 3 and 4. He'll send it in one last time. Byron Meeks will be the winner of heat race number 1 with the KDJ Etched Designz Big Block Modifieds. Second goes to Ryan Patton. Third, good run for Colton Probst. Jeremy Briault holds on to 4th over John Smeal and Christopher Gormont. Great race there for heat race number 1 with your Big Block Modifieds.
Yeah, definitely. As Byron Meeks is going to be a tough customer this year in these big block modifieds, as he is leading the points right now. And Definitely going to be a hard guy to beat, but we definitely have some other heavy hitters in here that gives him a run for his money week in and week out.
Definitely.
All right, I'll start us off here, Tyler. Is on the pole out of Phillipsburg, PA, and the 29B will be Cody Buck, and outside of him, and the number 1 out of Clearfield, PA, Ryan Hallman.
Inside row number 2 in the 66N, that's going to be Orvis Newcomb. He's out of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Outside him in the 57T out of Mundorf, PA, that'll be the Mundorf Warrior, Todd Bailey.
And rounding out your field, sporting that new wrap out of Clearfield, will be the number 7 of Cody Schultz.
Cody Schultz, definitely a sharp-looking ride there in that number 7 machine. Not the best qualifying effort for him, but he's going to try and rally here from 5th place. See if he can make a couple moves here and take advantage.
He's one of those guys that I talk to outside of here, and he just doesn't get a lot of time to do testing with his cars. So these tracks, these specials where he only gets one time at, really hurt that number 7 machine. As you notice, he was getting faster and faster week in and week out at the tracks that we run multiple times at, but these specials are going to be hard for the number 7.
Yeah, and one of the hardest to tame, Lernerville Speedway. As we get ready to turn them loose here out at turn number 4, green flag for Cody Buck. Great start there for Ryan Hallman on the outside. We'll see if that stands or not. Into turns 1 and 2. It's going to stand here down the back straightaway. Ryan Hallman gets a great restart. He'll go to the lead here. Cody Buck runs second now. We're almost 3 wide for the lead on turn number 4. Cody Buck has to pinch it off for Ryan Hallman. Here comes Orvie Newcomb working the bottom. Orvie Newcomb gets the car turned on the inside, trying to get a bite on the bottom side down the back straightaway. He'll take a peek to the inside of the 29B. Cody Buck trying to take a peek to the outside of the 1 machine. We've got a great race at the front of the field. Here comes the Mundorf Warrior. Todd Bailey trying to throw his hat in the ring. Orvis Newcomb back to the inside, has to get on the binders there. Cody Buck will shoot to second now. Ryan Hallman, your leader, trying to put it on the front row of the feature. Cody Buck trying to put himself in another position to get a second feature of the year. He's right on the back bumper of the 1 machine, has to get out of the gas there. Down the back straightaway, we're working on lap number 4 of this one. Cody Buck will sail it on the outside. Out of turn number 4, that middle line still working for Ryan Hallman. Into turns 1 and 2. Cody Buck way to the outside. He's going to get a huge run down the back straightaway. But Ryan Hallman will pull back ahead. Ryan Hallman getting a good bite there through the center. He's using the whole racetrack like he needs to. He'll continue to lead in this one. Cody Buck steps back to the outside. Going to try and get a little bit bigger run. He looks. Can Ryan Hallman pull back ahead? Yes, he will. He gets a good bite through the middle. Cody Buck going to try and sail it around the outside. Here comes Cody Buck. Is that door going to close? It closes quick there. Contact Cody Buck sideways. Here comes Orvis Newcomb now. Back to the inside. 2 laps to go here in this one. Can Cody Buck make a run back at him here? Orvis Newcomb now there. Spiel Racing Designz, white flag in the air. Into turns 1 and 2. Cody Buck will follow the 1 machine off of turn number 2. Into turns 3 and 4. Cody Buck's got one last shot at it. Can we see a slide job? He'll pick it as the inside. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be Ryan Hallman, Cody Buck, Orvis Newcomb, Todd Bailey, Cody Schultz. Great race at the front of the field for KDJ Etched Designz Big Block Modified Heat Race number 2. You could have threw a blanket over them guys.
All right, Tyler, this is what I was trying to say earlier is I've got this 1 minute warm-up so these guys can put their feature setups on. I think I'm correct this time.
You are correct.
We get ready to go 80 more laps for these big block modifies as these specials are longer, a little longer night, but we got 4 specials throughout the year. We round our season out at Eldora, and that's going to be probably our longest race night of the year, but it'll be the last one of the year. Hey man, some good racing so far. That was a good heat race, and I'm excited to see this feature.
Yeah, from what I see, you'd think with the more power, maybe these big blocks would rip this track up a little more. In my opinion, I think this track is in a little bit better shape than it was for the pro late models. So, see,
I 100% agree. I don't even really see it really having too many black streaks yet, as there's a lot of grip on the bottom, and the cushion's still not right up the very tip top yet. So,
yeah, this you can tell these guys have maybe ran the bottom a little more, and you can tell that it's there's not a lot of mud left on that bottom side, and it's kind of, but it hasn't started streaking up on the outside yet. So that bottom line not going to have as much grip, but that top line still has a lot of grip. So definitely going to be interesting to see where these guys move around here. And where they're going to want to put their cars is, like you said, after 80 laps, it's going to be slick still, though. This track's going to eventually blow off, and it's going to depend on where you put yourself at the end of this race.
Yeah, that's for sure. As we are lining them up.
Go ahead and start us off.
All right, I'll start us off. On the pole, your points leader with the new wrap in the number 7, normally the number 25 out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. We got Byron Meeks outside of Meeks. First time, I believe, on the front row. Maybe a segment. Never has a feature win here yet. In the number 1 out of Clearfield, we got Ryan Hallman.
Inside row number 2, we're going to have another Ryan. That's going to be Ryan Patton trying to get his first feature win this year. He's out of Brockway, Pennsylvania. Outside him in the 29B, has a feature win on the year so already, but trying to pick up feature win number 2. That's going to be Cody Buck out of Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania.
Inside your third row with a good qualifying run. And the 57C out of Clearfield, we've got Colton Probst outside of him. Out of Punxsutawney in the 66N, we got Orvis Newcomb.
Inside row number 4, that's going to be the 74 machine of Jeremy Brialt. He's out of West Lebanon in New York, and outside of him, the Mundorf Warrior. In the 57T, that'll be Todd Bailey out of Mundorf, PA.
Out of Du Bois, PA, one of your rookies in the number 9, John Smill, and outside of him, out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania, will be the number 7 of Cody Schultz.
Rounding out your field out of State College, Christopher Gormont, as we get ready to turn them loose here for 80 laps at Lernerville Speedway. Great restart from Ryan Hallman once again. He'll get that early jump on the outside. He's really perfected that outside. We're looking to go 3 wide here on lap number 1. Not going to happen quite yet. They're still wheel to wheel here down into turns 3 and 4. That could be a slider. He'll slide to the middle. And I tell you what a good bite there. The 7 machine of Byron Meeks got his whole lead here into turns 1 and 2. Now here comes Ryan Patton as he's catfishing. Big cut down from the 1 machine of Ryan Hallman. Running second right now. Byron Meeks, now your leader. Ryan Hallman second. Cody Buck looking to work his way to third. Cody Buck will work the third there. Ryan Patton runs the bottom in fourth. Orvis Newcomb trying to take that away from him. Oh, Ryan Patton gets bundled up there on the bottom side. Might have caught the grass there. He'll fall back to 5th now. All these cars electing to still run that top side right now. Byron Meeks your leader. Ryan Hallman hot on his heels early in this one. He's already taken a peek to the inside here off of turn number 2. That middle, big run there for the 1 machine of Ryan Hallman through that middle. He's got a little something there that maybe the other drivers don't. Let's see if that could come into play here later in this one. Ryan Hallman, he'll turn the car down the hill once again. Looking to take a peek to the inside, not yet. Byron Meeks leads. Ryan Hallman now enters the middle, trying to take a peek. Cody Buck trying to take advantage. He'll remain third. Orvis Newcomb in fourth. Ryan Patton gets that outside in 5th. Caught the wall there a little bit. He'll hold on to it. Here comes a 57C. Colt Probst, little sideways there. Jeremy Briot has to lift for him. Working through 3 and 4. Great battle at the front of the field right now. We're not having a runaway like we did in the pro late models. Ryan Hallman gets a turn a little bit much there, but he gets a great bite off of turn number 2. Byron Meeks tries to pull away just a little bit there. He'll pull away by maybe half a cat's whisker, but not very far away from the 1 machine of Ryan Hallman right now. Cody Buck sees him trying to run that bottom side, trying to take advantage, but there is still a lot of bite on the bottom. This track really wide right now for the big block modifieds, Dad.
Yeah, it's I'm watching back here, and this towards the back of the field where they're running 2 and 3 wide. There's multiple grooves all over, and as you're watching the front of the field, this back of the field race is just as good as you got Briot, Schultz, Bailey, Colton Probst, and the only guy kind of riding by himself right now is the 53P of Ryan Patton.
And definitely, as we've got the battle heating up at the front of the field now. Took a look back there, definitely some great racing there. Saw Cody Schultz make the move on Jeremy Briot, but now back up the front. Orvis Newcomb getting a little antsy. He's on the rear deck lid of the 29B machine. Ryan Hallman really slowing up to get it turned and get that cut down line, and it's starting to get these guys up on his tail, getting in the corner. Let's see if Cody Buck here, maybe he makes a move here. They're running right below that slick right now. Not up on the cushion, but right below the slick. And that seems to be working with these big block modifieds. As you can tell, when they drop the hammer, they get great drive down the straightaway. Now Orvis Dukem takes a pick to the outside of Cody Buck. Could the door close here? Cody Buck closes the door off at turn number 4. Orvis Dukem back to the top. Huge cut down. Is he going to have a huge run here? Down the back straightaway. He'll drive to the left for a quarter panel. He'll show the nose to Cody Buck into turn number 3. Cody Buck will ride around the outside. They're side by side at the line. I do believe Cody Buck had it by half a cat's whisker. Orvis Dukem now works on him on the bottom side. Off at turn number 2. Cody Buck has the advantage down the back straightaway. Orvis Dukem will peek a nose back at him. Cody Buck runs through the middle. Orvis Dukem back to that middle lane. Cody Buck has it now. Orvis Dukem back to the top there. Ryan Holman trying to use that time to run away. Ryan Patton now catching them in the 53P. Todd Bailey's worked his way up to 6 now. Colton Probst runs 7th. Great racing throughout the field. Byron Meeks is still your leader, but he's not far ahead. Looking like he's going to have lap traffic in front of him in the 43 machine of Christopher Gorma. Now Cody Buck gets to the outside of the 1 machine of Ryan Hallman. Down the back straightaway, side by side. Cody Buck now has that position. Ryan Hallman not able to close that door in time. He'll let Cody Buck sneak around the outside. Orvis Dukem not quite there to capitalize yet. Now Ryan Hallman's going to take that advice. He'll move up to the outside. Can Orvis Dukem find a way around him? Into turns 3 and 4. Lap traffic ahead of your leaders. Cody Buck going to maybe look for a way. Had to whoa up huge. He disappeared and he's back. So a little bit of a, almost looked like Wreck-It Ralph glitch there as he was gone and he's back. But now he's back fully and he continues to run second right now. Getting around Christopher Gorman along with Ryan Holman, Orvis Dukem, and Ryan Patton. Those guys could have a blanket thrown under them right now. Todd Bailey behind them. Colton Probst. Cody Schultz trying to work on the 57C now. Byron Meeks still your leader over now the 29B of Cody Buck. We're only now working on lap 21. So plenty of racing left in this one. Into turn 1 and 2. Cody Buck still runs second. Ryan Holman in third. Todd Bailey maybe trying to run down those top drivers right now. That's the Mundurf Warrior in that 57T machine. Good battle behind them between Colton Probst and Cody Schultz. Cody Schultz will get the car turned early, try and get a good cut down off of turn number 2. He'll get a good run here, not enough to make anything happen quite yet. He'll follow the 57C into turns 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, he'll close the gap. Cody Schultz, he'll peek a nose to the inside of Colton Probst here off of turn number 4. Cody Schultz up in front of the 57T and get a little bump there down the back straightaway. Now Colton Probst, he'll look back to the inside. Out of turn number 4, Cody Schultz has that position now. Back up front, Byron Meeks now trying to get around the lap car of John Smeal. He'll throw the slide job into turns 1 and 2. Cody Buck, Ryan Holman, Orvis Dukem. They all work to the inside of Christopher Gormont now, down the back straightaway. Ryan Holman looking sporty, he takes a peek to the inside. Holman not able to make it. There's your oval track specialties caution.
Not sure where it's coming from. Colton Probst. Take a look here.
Looked like
Cody Schultz crosses him over.
Thought he was going to close the door.
I think he just anticipated him being a little closer where he was and lifted, and the car just got away from him there. But
yeah, it looked
I don't think there's a lot of damage.
Definitely not any damage. Got sideways there, and looked like Schultz thought he was going to close the door, and Probst did leave the lane there and decided to throw the slider back at him. Clean slider there, and just maybe in the slick or, like you said, misjudged where Cody Schultz was. It went around there, but no harm, no foul.
As Probst is in the He is in the Elevated Outdoors hot pit right now, as he'll make it back out before they throw the green.
And I would think John Smeal is going to get a wave around as the lucky dog. As there is the wave around lucky dog for John Smeal. So we'll delay it here for him to get himself his lap back here if he ever so decides to. And there he will fire, and he will get his lap back. On the specials, we do have a lucky dog roll for everybody watching at home. So if you are the first car in the lead lap, you will, under a oval track specialties caution, get your lap back. So this is going to rebunch the field up. Byron Meeks, your leader in that 7 machine, that throwback wrap, as we stated earlier. Behind him, having a great run tonight. In the 1 machine, that's Ryan Hallman. Outside of him, Cody Buck. Then we have Orvis Newcomb, Ryan Patton, Todd Bailey, Cody Schultz, Jeremy Briel, and Colton Probes making it back out with us. So Ryan Hallman on the bottom, Cody Buck on the outside. We're green flag racing as they turn down the hill out of turn number 4. Ryan Hallman, good start on that inside groove. That inside groove always gets a good start. But I tell you what, there's that outside momentum that we see out of the 29B machine. Ryan Hallman still has a slight advantage getting into turns 3 and 4 on the bottom side. Cody Buck, there's that outside momentum to roll around on the outside. Byron Meeks, your leader. Ryan Hallman runs third right now. Patton taking advantage of that outside start position. He'll look to the outside of Orvis Newcomb. Now Ryan Hallman moves back up into that 3rd place position. Orvis Newcomb leaves room on the outside. Let's see if he tries to tuck up. He will tuck up. Up in front of the 57T, Todd Bailey maybe going to see if there's a door open. Orvis Newcomb, he'll close it for now. Cody Buck now going to try and stride to the back of the 7 machine. Cody Buck on the rear deck lid of the 7 machine of Byron Meeks. Down the back straightaway. Cody Buck through the center of the corner, gains a little bit of ground. They're trying to run away from 3rd and 4th right now. Cody Buck's got a good race car right now as we work lap 32. Byron Meeks, your leader. Cody Buck in 2nd. When will he pull the trigger? Ryan Hallman 3rd. Then here's Ryan Patton, Orvis Newcomb, your top 5 right now. The battle is at the front of the field, though. When will Cody Buck decide to pull the trigger? He is there. Now he loses a little bit. Down that straightaway. It's all about getting a little bit better run down the straightaway if you're going to pull that slide job trigger. Into turns 1 and 2. Cody Buck elects to follow for now. On that razor thin edge. He'll get a good run down the back straightaway. Byron Meeks will pull a car length. They are abusing that cushion right now out of turn number 4. Your top 2 under a blanket. This racetrack now beginning to slick off. Cody Buck gets a little higher, had to turn the car. Byron Meeks will gain a little bit there. Preying on a mistake is Cody Buck in the 29B. We've seen it happen before. Dennis Harrison III in the pro lates. Is that a mistake that can come out of a veteran like Byron Meeks right now? Right now he has his feet under him. Will continue to run on that outside cushion. Your leader, Cody Buck 2nd. Ryan Patton finds himself in 3rd. No, there's the door closed. Where did he come up the wall? How did he hold on to him? He was on 2 wheels, bicycled. He'll hold on to it. He'll still run 5th. Ryan Hallman back to 4th. Ryan Patton finds himself on the podium once again. Can he run down your leaders? As they are starting to try and walk away right now and make this a 2-car battle. Ryan Patton doesn't want to let him get away. Hallman and Newcomb side by side right now for that 4th place position. Newcomb sends it on the outside. Hallman on the bottom. Newcomb will drive around the 1 machine on the outside. Newcomb now resides in the 4th place position. Hallman trying to get everything he can on the bottom side. He'll go to 5th. Todd Bailey behind them. Cody Schultz running in 7th. Jeremy Briel, Colton Probes, John Smeal, Christopher Gormont. And now your leaders have caught Christopher Gormont.
Could lap traffic become a factor? He's on the outside. Here we go. This could get interesting. They'll cut down the racetrack. Both of them down the racetrack. Christopher Gormont holds his line, but here comes Cody Buck. He'll use the lap traffic to peek your nose. Down the back straightaway. Not going to make it happen. Cody Buck will fall back in line behind the 7 machine. Is that something that's going to be the deciding factor? We've seen it a lot this season. All part of racing with the lap traffic. Christopher Gormont holding his line. No, gets the leaders plenty of room to work their way around him. Byron Meek still your leader. Cody Buck behind him. Ryan Patton, Orvis Newcomb now work to his inside. Todd Bailey now throws his hat in the ring. He's looking to the inside of Ryan Holman now. As now we start to work over halfway. We're working lap 44 right now. Off of the cushion, down the back straightaway. Byron Meek's your leader. Cody Buck runs second. There's an Oval Track Specialties caution flag. Thinking it might.
Not sure what it's for.
Gonna be for Jeremy Briol. Gets out of. Looks like he maybe thought he was gonna go up over the bank. Tried to cut the car in the slick, and it got too far away from him. And he was dead sideways out of turn 4, down the racetrack, and into the grass, and almost into the. Oh, he did catch the Jersey barrier there. Oh, almost in it. Caught it again.
Tire. He tried to keep it going, but they decided caution was needed. So,
yeah, being
not
down
sure
there.
how much damage he's got, Tyler. I'm not sure, but
looks to be staying out on the racetrack. Car doesn't look. These modifieds a little tougher than you might think.
they're definitely a little tougher than the late models.
Definitely.
You think them tires sticking out, they wouldn't be, but they got that solid axle on the front to run through, and the late models, you know, we just got them little lowers and uppers and
Believe me,
control arms that just they bend really easy and bust off easy, so they're a little more fragile than these modifieds
Yeah,
are.
let me tell you, last week a quarter panel took my whole tire rod out of my right front, so luckily a little bit stronger here on the KDJ Designz big block modifieds, but Ryan Patton, that was a caution he wanted. Started to see them top 2 slip away, and now he's right back on the hunt. On the bottom side, Cody Buck chooses the outside. We're green out of turn number 4. Cody Buck just has to trust that he's going to be able to get this outside momentum rolling for him, because there's a huge run, but Ryan Patton could slip up right now. Could we see a slider? Ryan Patton, oh, he's going to close the door on him. Ryan Patton shuts the door on Cody Buck, so now Cody Buck back to 3rd. That's the danger of starting on the outside there. Ryan Patton got a little better start. He runs in 2nd now. Track position being such a big thing here. This is a big thing for Ryan Patton to get that spot on that race start. Now they all move back to that outside. We're 3 wide right now. Cody Schultz trying to make a power move on the outside. They're 3 wide contact. Huge power move for Cody Schultz. Orvie Newcomb over the bag. Orvie Newcomb will stay in it. He'll come back out on the racetrack. We stay green. Huge power move for Cody Schultz on the outside cushion. He'll go to 5th. He went around the outside of the 57T and Orvis Newcomb in one corner and made that move. What a move there for the 7 machine. He runs in 5th now behind Ryan Hallman. Cody Buck on the back of the 53P, trying to find a way back around him. Cody Buck thinking he might be just a tick faster. He runs in 3rd right now. Ryan Patton got that position on the restart, runs in 2nd. Byron Meeks trying to run away with it. He's been your leader since the drop of the green. Running that cushion ever so precisely in that throwback machine.
We got one over the bank. Cody Schultz. I don't see a caution.
Unfortunate for Cody Schultz after a great move. No caution. Cody Schultz not going to have the caution thrown. I think he'll pull it in for the night. After what a power move. That is unfortunate for the 7 machine of Cody Schultz.
Not sure why he wouldn't want a caution with as many laps are left and the car was running well. But some of these guys electing to end their night when they go over the bank.
And not sure I know if I'll be taking the trip down there to meet the Crickets. I'll be taking my caution here just in a few with the Super Leagues, but you know, that's not everybody's desire, so we'll stay green for right now. Ryan Patton still runs second, and that'll let Todd Bailey move back into that 5th place position. Orvis Newcomb racing back here with Colton Prodes and Jeremy Briel. John Smeal right behind them, having a great run right now, staying in the hunt with cars in front of him. That's all you can do. Byron Meeks your leader. Ryan Patton runs second. Cody Buck lost that valuable track position earlier on a restart. It's got to depend on when he wants to pull the trigger to get that position back and try and run down the 7 machine of Byron Meeks. Ryan Hallman not out of the picture. He's right there behind him in 4th. These top 4 all on the same straightaway. Byron Meeks.
Oh, there goes Hallman down over.
Ryan Hallman takes a trip over. He'll keep his foot in it. And he had enough of a gap to still come out running 4th, but he's going to be out of the party for right now. That's just how fine of a line it is.
Yes, sir. Any second, anything can change, and we saw that in the Pro Late. So, I mean, Byron Meeks is out there. Yeah, he's got a comfortable lead right now, but it's one mistake away from that going away, as he's got to run that razor-thin edge up there to stay out where he's at. So, it's not over until it's over.
Oh, Cody Buck in the wall hard! He'll lose all of his ground. He caught the wall down the front straightaway. So Cody Buck loses almost 2 seconds right there on your leader. So now, Ryan Patton, the only car that has a chance right now without a caution. He's got 20 laps to try and make it happen unless somebody can pull a superhero move and make it work. Ryan Patton, you saw him look to the inside there, maybe trying to experiment. Is that bottom coming back in? Is that outside going away? He looks good down there right now. I tell you what, he might have found something. We'll check the times here. It was 1.4 last time. Right. Oh, and there's the Noble Track Specialties caution flag. Not sure on that one.
That one might be. No.
John Smeal grabbing the EOL penalty on that. Let's take a look at what happened. Might have just lost a handle. Looking like it. Running behind other rookie Colton Probst. Gets in there in the slick and car just comes around on him quick there.
There it is. Yep.
Great job for Christopher Gormont able to avoid that. And that happened right in front of your leader. Probably the reason for the yellow flag. So that happened right in front of your leader, Byron Meeks. So he'll lose the handle, but he'll hold on to it. And no damage. Good job for Christopher Gormont avoiding that. And this is going to be interesting. Where do you go?
All right, we're down to 17 laps, Tyler. This race is, as you see, it's moved up the racetrack. That cushion now become pretty thin the whole way around. So it's anything could happen here in these last 17 laps.
Definitely anything could happen. And this is one of them things where it's like, man, you know, it looked like it was going to be a Ryan Patton, Byron Meeks race, and that just brings everybody into it. Every mistake that happened there just a little bit ago does not matter. So we get ready. Pace truck looking to duck off. Byron Meeks, he's led since the drop of the green. Cody Buck in third, trying to get a good restart on the bottom. He got passed on the bottom here earlier. Can he make that same restart on Ryan Patton now and get that track position? It looks like it. Ryan Patton messes up there. Here comes Cody Buck. He's going to slide to the outside. Ryan Patton did not get a good restart. He'll drop to fourth. Cody Buck now, after that caution flag, has changed the whole trajectory of this race. Ryan Holman, your podium runner.
Ryan Patton lost a ton of ground on that restart. That's the risky part of starting on the outside. Now Cody Buck has to try and strive once again. We haven't seen him pull the trigger on anyone yet for a slide job, but does he have it in him? Ryan Holman fighting on the bottom. He runs third. Ryan Patton's got his feet back under him, trying to go back at him for the podium position. Orvie Newcomb, he's back in it here, looking for that same position. Back at the front. Cody Buck on that edge. He'll drive down the hill. Good run down the back straightaway for Cody Buck. Is there going to be a slide job? He looks to the inside. Not going to slide him now. He will leave a lane. Cody Buck loses 2 car lengths there, but he'll move back to the outside. Those two have a cushion now. Ryan Patton has his feet back under him. He gets back to third. Orvis Newcomb follows suit. He'll go to fourth. Holman back to fifth now. Tires starting to go away on that one machine maybe. John Smeal, good rebound right now. He's running 7th right now in front of Cody Schultz back out on the racetrack along with Colton Probes. Back up front, your race for the lead as we begin to look to be just within 10 laps to go. Next time around, we'll have 10 laps to go. Cody Buck trying to find a way around. Down the back straightaway. Cody Buck inches at the left rear quarter panel of Byron Meeks. This could get interesting. Could we have hurt feelings here at Lernerville? 10 laps to go for Cody Buck to pull the trigger. He loses a little ground that time. Caution flag and Oval Track Specialties caution flag within 10 to go. Colton Probes around. Cody Schultz gets sideways. Oh, heavy hit. Oh, Christopher Gormont, hard contact. Cody Schultz started to pull away from Colton Probes and then got in there and maybe got to the throttle a little quick. Around he went, and Colton Probes, heavy contact to the left side door. And Probes was spun in the track, and here comes Christopher Gormont, nowhere to go. Probes on the gas, coming back at him. Maybe should have locked the brakes up there, but trying to get the car back going the right direction, and hard hit for Christopher Gormont. That'll leave those 2 cars with damage, I would assume. But I'm sure they will try and continue. But we will see here. Back up front. It's been around the top, but I tell you what. Now we have a single file restart on our hands, and that's going to allow Cody Buck to maybe try something a little different. Doesn't have to worry about getting past on that bottom side, just staying as close as he can to that 7 machine of Byron Meeks. This restart will define what happens here tonight. Byron Meeks, Cody Buck in second, Ryan Patton lost a couple positions on that restart, has fought back to third. Could he find the bottom here late in this one? Orvis Newcomb in fourth. Ryan Holman, great run, still running in fifth. Here we go. We're getting ready to turn them back loose here. They'll bunch it up here as we enter turn number 3. Cody Buck leaving a lot of space here. He's got to get up on him here if he's going to have a great restart here. He'll try and time it. Out of turn number 4, we're green. Not a good restart for Cody Buck. Ryan Patton already taking a peek. Into turns 1 and 2. Cody Buck to the outside. Ryan Patton takes a peek on the inside. Cody Buck has some ground to make up if he's going to have a shot at him. Into turns 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4. Cody Buck's got a fast race car on that cushion now. Ryan Patton will concede that second place position. He's trying to find something on the bottom side. Can he make it happen? Cody Buck's got it rolling right now. In that 29B machine. Patton up to the outside now, trying to run with Cody Buck to the leader now. Patton's got a fast car. He'll strive to the 29B machine. Off at turn number 2. Is sand running out of the hourglass for Cody Buck. Didn't have the best restart. Byron Meeks, fast car, has led since the green flag, but that's not the whole story. He's had multiple tries at him. Cody Buck way high there. He gets it turned though. Off the corner. Don't know if he's gaining, maybe overdrive it a little bit here late in this one. He's got to run him down here within the next couple laps if he has a shot here at the end of this one. Ryan Patton, Orvie Newcomb behind them. Cody Buck in second, trying to run down their leader, Byron Meeks. Byron Meeks has a reasonable gap now. Still 4 laps to go out of turn number 4. Meeks has turned up the wick. Starting to maybe creep away from the 29B after that caution flag. Cody Buck giving it all he can on that cushion. Is it going to be enough? Out of turn number 4. Cody Buck having trouble closing the gap right now. Can Byron Meeks have 80 laps perfect on the razor-thin edge here at Lernerville? Out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go for Byron Meeks. 2 more times around. Cody Buck not yet in striking distance. Not sure if he has a chance to run him down or not. Trying to get that 29 machine to him. Smeo Racing Designz white flag one more time around. Byron Meeks has just 4 more corners to make it happen here. Oh, and there's a car sideways, but no caution on the last lap. So out of turn number 4, Byron Meeks picks up another one here with the Big Block Modified. Cody Buck second. Ryan Patton gets another podium. Orvis Newcomb, good run with the 4th. Todd Bailey comes home 5th. Ryan Holman. John Smeel, good run in 7th. Colton Probes behind him, along with Chris Gormont, 9th, and Cody Schultz. And they will line them up on the front straightaway to get a word with you here, Dad. What a barn burner that one was. I thought maybe Cody Buck had something, but he never pulled the trigger, and when it mattered, he didn't. He wasn't there to make it happen.
Yeah, that was definitely a barn burner, but Byron Meeks did a great job. He didn't make any mistakes, and even Cody Buck there showed him the wheel there a few times, and that could rattle just a lot of people. And Byron Meeks just seemed like he was able to keep his cool there, and the car must have been locked in pretty good. And when you don't make mistakes, this is what you get. You get 3 races in a row winning here. In the KDJ Etched Design Big Block, he's got 3 in a row, and that's what it takes to get it done. Alrighty, man. We've got Mr. Meeks up here in the booth already with us. Byron, what a race, man. Pretty much a perfect night. Win your heat race, top qualifier. Set on the pole and led them all. You had some people there putting some pressure on you a few times, and you just never really shook you, and you held your line for 80 laps straight, and you pulled off another win.
Yeah, the car was pretty good. I was pretty nervous about going over the edge here. I usually struggle really bad here, but it was a pretty good night.
Yeah, definitely. You had that top edge gets pretty razor thin, and you were able to. Just seemed like you were comfortable up there tonight, and I know sometimes when the car ain't quite right, you can do it, but it's not comfortable. And it just seemed like you were comfortable all night long. And Cody Buck put some pressure on you there, and you really didn't phase you, and you were able to hold on. And congratulations on your 3rd win and your points lead right now. And who would you like to thank, Drake?
I'd like to thank you guys. You guys put this league on every Tuesday for us. Nick for doing this rap in a hurry. It's a little throwback rap for one of the locals around here. He's a legend, LJ Dennis, in the Rainbow 7, and just you guys and everybody else.
Tell us a little bit about your throwback rap and the guy you did it for.
So he's a pretty good friend of Bobby Lake's, and Bobby Lake grew up around him, and he always talked highly of him, and it showed a little appreciation towards him. Kind of wish we got to watch him back in the day be a wheel man.
Was he a modified driver, or was he a late model driver?
He was I believe a semi late or a super late. I'm not 100% sure, but he was the guy to beat around here in this area, Morgantown Speedway and stuff.
Well, man, that's really cool, and thanks for towing all the way down to Uniontown week after week to race with us here, and appreciate everything you do. And I'm sure we'll see you back here in Victory Lane once again.
Alrighty, thank you guys.
All right, our 2nd place finisher, good run for Cody Buck. You put the pressure on him. You did what you had to do. You really never got to where you could pull the trigger to the point of maybe throwing a slider, or maybe you just didn't. You were trying to keep it clean there. A couple good runs down the back straight. We thought maybe you were going to try to pull the slider, but you got under him a few times. You pressured him, and Meeks did a good job of not messing up. But you put on a good show.
Yeah, Meeks definitely had a good car. I was trying everything I could to get around him there, and I was gonna throw a slider at one point in 1 and 2, but I was scared I was gonna knock him off the track, so I just kind of didn't do it.
Well, I mean, that shows a lot of respect out there, and sometimes coming home in second is better than junking the first and second car and coming home last and next to last. So, I mean, a lot of respect there, but you definitely had a fast car. You did a good job. Car looked good, and who would you like to thank tonight?
You guys for putting this on every Tuesday. It's always a blast. It's always a good, fun, clean race coming in here every Tuesday. My wife Hannah and my kids and Speed Ranch for helping me out a lot through this. They helped me grow a lot, figuring out how to use throttle control and all that.
Oh, you definitely come a long ways. You was running with us there a few years ago, and till now, and you're very competitive here in this big block modified class. And no, I don't know. I think that at least puts you probably second or third in points right now. So you're in a points battle. Meeks is definitely leading, but you're doing a real good job, and appreciate you being here. And we'll probably see you again up here on the podium. So congratulations once again.
Thank you.
All right, Tyler. Looks like Ryan Patton has elected not to do his interview in third place. So we are going to see who is the Newcomb Automotive hard charger of the race.
We'll take a look here. Pretty good movers and shakers in this one. Orvis up 2 spots. Todd Bailey from 8th to 5th. Christopher Gormont started on the tail, did come home 9th though, staying out of trouble, so he's also three spots to the good. But according to finishing position, it's looking like maybe going to be Todd Bailey here. So
I'm gonna look down through here with you.
looking like Todd Bailey here. 3 positions. Along Christopher Gormont also up 3 positions, but he finished in the 9th position. Todd Bailey comes home with a top 5. Goes from 8th to 5th. He'll pick up 3 positions during the 80-lap event, and I think he'll be our Newcomb Automotive hard charger.
All right. Well, congratulations to Todd Bailey on that, and congratulations for Byron Meeks once again in back road powder coating victory lane. And I will call that a race, as we got to go get suited up, get our helmets, and get ready to go super late racing.
Well, alrighty, it was this special has been quite a pleasure, and we're excited to turn just 10 more laps here in the super late models here coming up shortly.